What is going on, everyone? So today we have an unboxing straight from YJ, and we have here the new mini cube. So you have the 3x3 through 5x5, and I've heard some pretty great things about these. Despite how small they are, they apparently perform pretty well. So let's go ahead and get into these. So the 3x3 is, I think, the Z Long, the 4x4 is the Z Su, and the 5x5 is the Z Chuang. So definitely some really crazy names, but let's go ahead and see how these actually turn. Whoa, this thing is, the turning is actually really nice. It has a really enjoyable heft to it. Evidently, I am not great at OH, but just doing regular two-handed moves, this thing does turn really nicely. It has a really enjoyable feeling to it. It kind of reminds me of a Yulong, but a sort of GAN modernized version of a Yulong. It just has that slight crispy feeling to it, but it's also really buttery smooth. And there are magnets in here, so I assume all these mini cubes are magnetized. The strength of those magnets, they're somewhat light, but they absolutely do a great job at just helping you control the puzzle and just sort of slow it down a little bit. It's definitely doing a really great job at keeping the cube stability. Yeah, so all in all, this thing actually performs really nicely. It being a YG cube, I assume it would be a little bit more reasonably priced, but just because a cube is cheap does not mean it can't perform well. And this thing is just mind-blowingly good, and I can absolutely see people using this as an OH main out of the box. And you know, even if you don't do OH, as a two-handed cube, it's just fun to have this little mini thing around. And yeah, I mean, there's really not much more I can say about it. It flows really nicely, and the performance out of the package is just incredibly impressive. So I have pretty high hopes now for these other 4x4 and 5x5. So let's go ahead and check out this Zisu mini 4x4. Alright, so this thing is also super tiny. I think it's around 56 millimeters. So comparing it to a GAN 11M Pro 3x3, wow, it's even just a tiny bit smaller than a 3x3, if not around the same size. That is just crazy. Alright, so let's see how this one performs. No way! Oh my gosh. That is crazy good! What the heck? It's almost like a little mini Aosu GTSM. It absolutely has that same sort of slight crunchy, crispy feeling like the Aosu series, but it's literally just like a smaller mini version of it. It's insane. Corner cutting, it's so easy to do. Oh my gosh. Almost a whole piece. And reverse, a little under half a piece. But man, what is going on? How is this so good? Yeah, it literally, I really can't stress this enough, it literally just feels like a miniature version of an Aosu GTSM 4x4. So with all these mini cubes so far, I am getting just a few slight hiccups and lockups in the turning, but it's really just because these cubes are so small and I haven't really calibrated to that smaller size yet out of the package. The actual turning of these things are so nice. What the heck? Sorry, I'm just kind of shook at how good these things are. So the magnets for this one, they are a bit light. The inner layer magnets are a little bit stronger than the outers. But even though you can't feel a very distinct bump, they're definitely there to help control the speed. And yeah, overall, like I said, this one also has that same sort of crispy feeling like the Aosu, but it actually does have that slight buttery smoothness to it too. Yeah, so I just want to take a little peek at the pieces here because they almost look nearly the exact same as like the Aosu and just the regular sized cubes that I'm assuming these are modeled after. Yeah, overall very simple designs, but it works well and it turns really nicely. All right, great. So 3x3 and 4x4, these things are really, really nice out of the package. Last one up, let's see what this 5x5 one is like. Of course, this one is really great too. It's crazy. So like you would expect, this one does turn similarly to the regular size counterpart, the Yuchuang V2M from YJ. It just kind of has that bubbly, crispy, buttery smooth feeling to it. This one, corner cutting is doing really well too. Almost a full piece. And reverse, just a little bit. So if you do have smaller hands, you know, I would say that these mini Z series cubes from YJ are pretty much a no-brainer when you're looking for your next main cubes. But other than that, you know, I think they are just fun to have to break away from your typical practice or average routine. I really can't stress this enough, but I'm just incredibly impressed with how these all perform. So I'm definitely going to be using some of these more often, and it looks like I found my new OH main, even though I'm obviously not very good at the event. But you know what? These are going to be really fun to practice with. So if you are interested in picking up some for yourself, definitely head over to speedtubeshop.com and use my code TCK for discounts on all your orders. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this unboxing. So I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.